Welcome to the Post Status Happiness Hour, and it's always happy when I get to talk to Taco. How are you, Taco?
All good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
especially rather late in your evening. So I do appreciate that you are willing to take some time because it is a live show. It's hard to rearrange the time, but thank you for being here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me again. And how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
It's
Exciting
I
news
mean,
today, yeah.
exactly. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened around post status. So
It did. I know. I was teasing you earlier that we have the same boss now because Joost and Marieke are now the owners of Post Status and also Progress Planner that we're going to talk about today. So, uh,
yes.
Marcus Burnette, when I said that he wants to know how the future is because you're 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah. Well, I can safely say it's quite dark.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. You have the dad jokes in spades. Sometimes they are actually um, something I've never would have thought of. And I think I commented earlier, it was last week, that you think of them in English when it's not even your primary language. So
True. Yeah.
you really got
Yeah.
it going on. So thank you.
It's
We are here
well,
to
it's
talk
super
about
helpful to speak English all day with pretty much everyone in WordPress. So
True.
that definitely does make a difference and helps a lot with learning a language.
Oh, for sure. Especially just the colloquialisms as opposed to things you learn on Duolingo or in a classroom, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to tell a joke. When I can finally tell a joke in Spanish, I'm going to feel like I've arrived. So there's a future goal.
Nice.
So, but we're here to talk about Progress Planner today. I was honored to be part of a panel of discussing AI and Progress Planner and things like that in the past, last fall. I think it was in October,
Mhm.
with Joost and Marieke. And now here we are, like a few months later, and this thing has really taken off as far as how well it works. And you guys are about to offer a pro version and some pretty cool stuff
Yes.
going on. So I'm going to let you talk about it because you know it like the back of your hand, whereas I'm still dabbling a little bit. So go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah. So the idea behind Progress Planner is that a lot of people have to do maintenance tasks on their website, but they're not usually the most fun stuff to do. So they're the tedious, boring tasks: updating old posts, going through old stuff, updating your site, looking at where have things changed. So in order to help people do that, because it is important to keep your site healthy, to
Mhm.
do that maintenance work, we figured out that we need something that makes it fun.
Yes.
And looking at organizations like Fitbit and Duolingo,
Mhm.
they've sort of mastered gamification. So we
Yes.
figured, how about gamifying keeping your site healthy? And
Mhm.
that's where Progress Planner comes in, because that's exactly what we're aiming for.
Well, I am
Uh,
one day away from 1,500 days on Duolingo. So if I can get myself to gamify myself in other areas of my life, like my websites, then I will be looking for those streaks and deeply disappointed if I let them down. So I think you're in the right direction for sure.
yeah, so the interesting thing is that if you do regular maintenance on your site, let's say even if it's once a week, in 10 weeks, you'll have your first batch in Progress Planner. Then 30 weeks, then a year. So it's really, you have to keep that streak going in order to keep it. However, we do realize that some people need vacation every now and then, so you can skip a week, maybe two, but
Like
that's about it.
like a streak freeze in Duolingo.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So we're a little bit more forgiving than full on every week. But to help you do that, uh, you get an email every Monday morning that says, "Hey, this is your goals for the week, and this is how you're doing on your site." So it also helps giving you that nudge to go back into your site, look at how you're doing, and well, if it's not at 100%, there's work to do.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So yeah, maybe it's nice to show what it looks like a little bit?
Yeah. Let me bring it up on the screen here for us.
So you obviously know this screen, right?
I do.
The back end of WordPress. This is the dashboard where you log in. The part that's new is the progress planner part. Well, this is just the dashboard widget, but if you go to the progress planner page itself, it will be in your face, nicely colored, because that also helps you find that positive energy in your WordPress website. And it will show you your activity score. And this is how much you've been doing on your website. Obviously, we're now looking at the back end of my own site, and I am dedicated to keep that up. So that's why you see a score of 100. But you also see that there's a monthly badge, and that requires performing 10 specific tasks, or at least getting 10 points on that monthly progress. And that will allow you to collect all these monthly badges.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're sensitive to gamification.
I
Imagine if you
am.
miss one in the middle,
It would
you'll
kill me.
never ever be able to get it back.
That would be terrible.
Exactly. So this is where we challenge you to stay busy, keep working on your site. Obviously, I've been doing quite a bit on my site already. So the only recommendation you see at the moment is create a short post.
Mm-hmm.
It's also because my site isn't very old. There's not a lot of old content to work on. Because if you do have a site that exists for a longer period of time, it will also say, hey, you haven't touched this page or this post in X months. Maybe it's time to review if everything is still okay. If you um, maybe need to update some images in there, or if the text is still accurate. It might be that there's a year annotation that you need to
Mm-hmm.
change. Links may have broken in the meantime. So all of that maintenance work, that's where our recommendations come in. And yeah, you'll get a list, and completing them will get you points. And again, 10 points gives you a monthly badge.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I
that's not
see
the
you.
only thing. Yeah.
You have the Padawan badge. I am a
Yeah.
progress Padawan.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the first one you get. And then the next one is the maintenance. And
Yeah.
then the super site specialist. So this is the 10, 30, and 52 weeks streak.
Nice.
As you can see, I haven't written a whole lot. So in order to get my wonderful writer badge, I'll need to write 6 more posts. So that's my challenge. Well, probably for the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see I have 20 weeks to go on the next batch for the streak. So
Mm-hmm.
it advertises that, it helps you do that. It also shows how active you've been. Well, you can see that my site has the first post published in December. Um, so yeah, it's kind of new, and it shows that way.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we started in December, so I got the December one already, and you can
Mm-hmm.
see how much there still is to get for me. So the interesting thing is, if you're attending WordCamp Asia,
Mm-hmm.
and you can show me in the Progress Planner booth that you got the badges for January and February, I will actually give you a physical version of the badge.
Oh, now I've got pressure to go back and build
Well,
my site better.
there's 8 days left in January, so it's still possible to get that January badge.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's a fun challenge to
Yes,
do that.
absolutely.
Um, Now the interesting thing is that this is the older free plugin, where it really helps you with the recommendations. And what I would like to show is what it looks like um, in a playground.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a brand new playground. Just opening it up. it has some demo content, so that's why you see that there's been activity, there's a streak record, and you can see that there's more recommendations here in um, uh, in the list.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the easy ones to fix is set aside tagline.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this case, it will be a post status demo, and we save the change. And now the fun starts. Because if we now go back to the progress planner page, you will see that it gets striked
Woohoo!
out and you get confetti. So
I like
there's
it.
celebrating your successes in the plugin. Um, and I got my first point on the playground. So this is the way the Progress Planner plugin works. But as you said, there's also a premium version, or actually, there will be as of
Mm.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
So
yes.
about, yeah, let's say 12 hours from now, there will be a pro version. Obviously, you'll get a sneak preview. You see it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let me enter a license key. I think that should work. Oh, now you see my demo license key. That's fine. Um,
I did the screenshot it, but I
no,
should have.
no one's
Just
paying attention. We're
just
not live
kidding.
streaming this at all. We'll be fine. Um, anyway, so nothing changes. Well, it looks like nothing changed. We have the rest of the settings page. I'll skip that for now because the interesting part is well, we have some example post here, and then we say this is an about page. I know it isn't, but for the demo, we treat this as an about page. Now, what Progress Planner does is give you extra context on, hey, what does a good page look like? So
Mm-hmm.
let me wait. Let me set this. Let's do it differently. Let's set it to a blog page. That's more fun. Um, there's a watch video button,
Mm-hmm.
and oh, I shouldn't be clicking there. I should be clicking here. So it will show a video where we help you understand, and I'll mute it for now. We help you understand what is the thing that you have to do on a blog page. What's the thing you have to do on an about page? How do you create a good page? So all these videos are included right in your sidebar when you have the pro version of Progress Planner.
That's amazing.
Now there's also a part outside of the plugin,
Okay.
and that's the challenges, because there's also tasks that are larger than just a simple item on a checklist. And
Okay.
the first challenge that we're running, and this is for our pro users, is the broken links challenge. And what we do is we have an introduction webinar that will be on the 30th of January. That's for everyone, by the way. Anyone can join that webinar to learn about why is it problematic to have broken links, and what does it actually mean, a broken link, and how do
Mm-hmm.
you find them on your site.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in that period, where we also send you course material and other resources to help you fix those broken links, we also do an webinar or a workshop for our pro customers where they get personalized advice from our experts. So in this case, Joost van Valk will be sort of consulting in a webinar
Mm-hmm.
on how do you fix the broken link problems on your specific website.
Nice.
So that's part of the pro package as well. There's not a whole lot I can show yet because this is obviously the first challenge that we're doing.
Right.
So coming soon.
I like it though. That'll be fun. So is the progress planner by site or by user?
At this moment, it's by site.
So if you do
Right.
have a team of people working on it, you can hit those challenges even faster.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to spoil our roadmap yet, but part of the pro version will definitely be that you get individual scores as well on a site.
Yes.
And my ultimate vision, and I hope we can build that soon, is that
Hmm.
you get sort of a leaderboard within a site so that you have the
Oh.
most active writers, you have the most active website maintenance people. So you get that little bit of incentive within your team as well to be active on the website.
Hmm. So you're not even just gaming against yourself, you're gaming against each other at that point.
I would love to see that. So
Yeah, same.
hopefully we can build that soon.
That'd be pretty cool for sure. This is
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah, so it's a young plugin. We only started with the free version in August last year.
Hmm.
Pro's coming tomorrow, so there's a ton of features that we have on our roadmap and that we have
Hmm.
in mind. But yeah, this is where we're at right now, and helping you get the fancy colors and hopefully. Oh, see, here's another score because I
Hmm.
updated to Pro.
Yep.
So already got 2 points on my side for this month.
I can do it. I can do 10 points in 1 month, right? Was it 8 points I have
Easily,
to get?
yes.
Yes, I can do it.
In 8 days, you should be able to.
Yeah,
I'm
I can do
sure.
it. I'm gonna hold me to it. By next week, I will report back
That's
with a
fantastic. Yeah,
with a
I'd love to
screenshot of my
see.
dashboard.
I'd love to see that for everyone. And
Hmm.
typically, you see that with Duolingo as well. The closer you get to the end of the month, people start posting like, "Hey, I made it! I made it! I got the badge."
Yep.
So yeah, I hope that we get the same in WordPress, where people are showing off their progress
Yeah.
planner badges every month.
So a couple things right off the top is the design is beautiful. So like the characters that are there, the colors that are selected, right down to like the shadows and things that are in use on the page. It's all very beautifully designed, and I love that.
Well, thank you. I'll make sure to forward that to Marieke, who's solely responsible for the whole design.
Well, I love it. I love the birds. I love all of it. Um, I love that the idea, like, I don't know if it's a rooster. I'm going to say it's a
Yep.
rooster, probably,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like that. Like, come on, get up, get your stuff going, right? It's like the little alarm clock that reminds you that you have some work to do on your site, which is pretty cool too. And it's
Yeah.
like Duolingo, which has the owl. It's
Hmm.
like the birds are just reminding you that there is some work to do to improve yourself and move forward, which I think is great.
Yeah, that's and there's some other brands in our space that use an owl already, so that was taken. So yeah, no, this is it's fun, and like you said, it's the alarm. That's also
Hmm.
why there's the little bell in the logo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very well
Yep.
designed, very nice. Uh, are you looking for feedback? So if people start to use it and they're like, "Hey, it would be really great if this was a task," or can you add your own tasks
Yes.
to the
Uh,
recommendations?
well, not yet. So the
Okay,
recommendations are fully served from the stuff that we built.
your
Uh,
database. Hmm.
in the future, we'll hopefully have integrations with a lot of other plugins that need your attention somewhere.
Like
So that's
Asana or
definitely
Jira and those kinds of things.
well, exactly. But I can
Mhm.
also see that, for example, if you have a plugin that has an onboarding or an installation wizard,
Mm,
you want to make sure that people actually do it. You integrate with Progress Planner, and there's a task that says, "Hey, do the onboarding wizard of plugin XYZ."
nice.
So that's also something that, yeah, I hope that we can get to soon. And of course, there's the to-do list that we already have that you can do manually.
Hmm.
So, for example, in the playground, you see try a progress planner. Well, we've just done that, so I
Check
can
that off.
scroll. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So Marcus has a question. He says, can you share, he covered your face though, sorry about that. Can you share some of the other things that Progress Planner reminds you to do in the site? Update content, write new content, fix issues, etc.
Yeah, at this moment, it's quite heavily focused on content. So creating, well, you can see here, create a long post. On my own site, you can see it said create a short post. Updating old content, reminding you to which posts are old. So, for example, this one in the demo has been updated in 6 months. So that's the heavy the focus point at this moment is on the content side, and there's indeed some on the more technical side, like setting that tagline, setting a site icon. That's is there as well. Yeah.
Nice. And then, like you said, the about page and some of those other things, some probably
Yeah.
contact page, things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and then this will grow with every release because we have a very long list of things that we want to recommend. One of the
Nice.
challenges that we're currently having and that we're working on is how do we prioritize what has the biggest impact on your website? Because there's one thing more demotivating than not achieving your goals, and that's having such a long list of tasks that you'll never get through them.
Right.
So we only want to show a few, and we should be showing the most important ones. So that's an ongoing challenge as we add more recommendations. How do they compare to each other, and which one's more important?
Oh, that makes sense.
Fun
Maybe
challenge.
even more points for the more heavily weighted items or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you can already see that creating a long post gets you
Oh, I
2
see that. It
points.
does already have that. Yep.
Yeah,
Very good.
versus the short post, which is only 1.
That makes sense. So Marcus, with the questions, he's got another good one. Does Progress Planner give any help on content topics for writing? Any plans for commerce sites do you have?
Well, plans are not the problem. Time is, so it will definitely there will be a lot of new features coming in the next couple of months.
Nice.
So there's a lot coming. But yeah, right now it's focused on these recommendations and growing that slowly.
Nice. Fantastic. Any other questions out there in our audience today? Please put them in the comments and we will bring them up. I think this is great. I'm committing to going back and working on my site some more and actually starting to gamify. The problem is that I'm going to be like checking my status every day like I do with Duolingo. So where am I now?
Well, and that's the thing. As soon as that 100 drops, you're like, okay, I have to do something. What do I do today? And that's the whole idea. Yeah,
right.
that's
keep it fresh, keep it good. I love that. I think this would have a really nice integration too. If you have built a site for somebody else and you want to teach them that blogging and keeping your site fresh with content, especially for those that are going to be managing their own site, right? So some of us do maintenance contracts and just like I want to bill everything, send me the changes and I'll do it. But some people like to say, okay, you've built it, thank you, goodbye. I'll call you if I have any problems. And this would be a great way to, especially with the pro version, to have those explainer videos to help them gamify their own site, especially when blogging does so much for SEO and everything else. I think that's great. It's a great tool to use educationally.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I'm spoiling all the things now. I'll see if I have a job tomorrow still, but
I'll put in a word for you.
Yeah. So one of the things that I can totally see happening is that agencies get sort of an overview of all of their customer sites where they can easily see, hey, this site is dropping to a too low score. We need to pay attention there, or we need to nudge our customer that they need to continue writing content because it's important, or that they need to keep updating their content. So that's what I hope, is that we can be super helpful to agencies as well.
Does the email that goes out, so you get the email on Monday morning, is that
Yeah.
just going to the admin that's in settings? Can you have it
Yeah.
go to more than one person? How do you set that up?
At the moment, it's going to the admins.
Perfect. Okay.
And that will probably change in the future as well. As soon as we have the profiles and you get the personal scores, etc., then it
Makes sense.
totally makes sense to have that personalized. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I think it's fantastic. I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping that it does really well. So the question everybody always wants to know when they see something new like that, so how much does it cost to do the pro version?
Yeah. So that's actually a slightly longer answer than just a number,
Yes.
because you have about 12 hours left to use our pre-launch sale. So usually it will sell for $149 a year per site. So for just $149, you get all of this. You get all the challenges, including the personalized workshops with industry-leading experts. So that's already a steal. However, because we want to reward those who, well, give us their vote of confidence early, we have our pre-launch sale running for another, well, let's say 12 hours. If you buy now, you only pay $99 per site. And that's not just the first time, that's for life. So
Oh,
99 a year instead of 149 every year.
nice. Nice. I might have to take advantage of that after this call ends then.
Yeah, there's still time. There's
There
there's
is. It's about 12
12
hours
hours
left.
left.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I hate this because everyone who's not watching us live but is watching this tomorrow afternoon on
They're
on
gonna miss
YouTube,
it.
they're gonna go like, "Oh no, we missed it." But
Yeah,
that's the thing with pre-launch; it really ends tomorrow.
it really does. And there's a reason for that, and it's a good thing for sure. I mean, many of us have Black Friday sales and things like that, but you don't want to wait until November to start gamifying
No,
your
that
own
would be a
site and
waste.
make it
Yeah,
better. So if you're listening to this and it's too late, just pay the money. It's going to be worth it. I swear.
absolutely.
And I'm
Yes.
not even a spokesperson.
No, I didn't pay you anything to say that,
You
so
did
that's
not.
good. No,
Although we
it's
could have
definitely
coffee in
there's
Asia. I'd be open to that.
sounds like a plan. Yeah, no, so it's definitely there. I mean, this is early on. We just launched it. We love to get feedback. So if you're using it, definitely reach out. Ravi at progressplanner.com is the email address that we use. Let us know what you'd like to see. Let us know what you like best. Maybe there's things that you absolutely hate. I'd
Maybe.
also like to know because maybe we can resolve that, or maybe you just have to put in the work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be both, but let us know. Feedback is super important, and create some tasks on our to-do list.
I love that. What could we give you points if you do them?
Oh, definitely. Yes, you can tweet the points.
I love it. For more information, go to progressplanner.com. If you're interested in the pro version, it's that same address /pro at the end. Although I'm sure you can get there from the homepage as well. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to Taco through any social media, I'm sure as well. But email Ravi which is RAVI at progressplanner.com.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else you want to share with our group today?
Well, a big thank you to Marcus. I mean, he was in the comments. He's obviously listening live. He included Progress Planner in the WPWorld newsletter today, so that was super kind of him. And I can only recommend people head over there as well, create an account, and show that you're part of the amazing WordPress community. Because the WP.world website is fantastic.
So along those lines, Marcus and I recorded just an hour and a half ago a webinar that's going to go out this week or next about how to get credit to you or your company on WP.org, WordPress.org, and how you can put your hours in. And then also, because that only took about 10 minutes, that's not enough of a webinar, we also went in depth on the WP world and how things are connected between different sites, including Gravatar, WordPress.org, and even WPSpeakers.com and HeroPress. So so that's going to be coming out soon too. So if you're interested in learning more about the WP world, about WordPress.org, all of that's coming out soon as well. We got a couple more. Marcus says, thanks, Taco Michelle. Enjoy hanging out in Asia together. We will. And that we're too kind. Well, Marcus, you're the kind one. Thank you for being here. Next week, before I forget, let me tell you what's coming up. So next week, we'll have a conversation with Stephanie Hudson of StellarWP about our new release over there, StellarPay. It's a free payment gateway to use with WooCommerce. So we're going to talk about that next week with Stephanie. Taco, thanks so much for spending part of your evening here. I'm going to let you go, get back to, probably go to bed. I don't know if you're a night owl like I am or not.
Soon. Yeah.
Hopefully the kids are already tucked in and everything's good because it's got to be pretty
They are,
over there.
yes.
Very good.
Right.
Well, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you. We'll see everybody next week with Stephanie, and we'll see you on Slack. Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.